Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Mwah.
So I want to start this video with the fact that we lost, I think, 3 subscribers. And I know that's not a big deal, but it is to us because each and every person that watches our videos is important to us. And I believe, and usually we're growing. I mean, every single day we're so excited that, we've...
Oh, we are growing. We were concerned that we put out some different content. We're going to talk about that. Different content. It probably offended some people.
Yeah, or
right?
maybe just didn't resonate. And what we wanted to say is, and the content was on residual income. And what we wanted to say is, we are always putting out content on great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love. Great health, we're doing our plant-based, recipes and, immune boosters and things like that. Outrageous love, we just did a whole series on self-love, self-sabotage. There's a new one on sex, which I'm pretty excited about. And everything is about happiness, health, happiness, and love.
Yeah.
And it is important to have the option and opportunity to make money if that's important to achieve some of your other goals, right?
Well, yeah.
Like buying food.
Yeah, well, you do need money to live in this environment, obviously.
Right.
Everybody needs different levels of income.
Right.
I was watching some videos this morning on FIRE, financially independent, retire early. I'm always amazed that people carve things way down so their expenses are very low. They can retire so early. I mean,
right.
I'm always amazed at that. And it's just like, I think there's a lot of brilliance there.
Sure.
In the environments that we've lived in, I've seen people making a ton of money, spending all their money, and they have to keep working, 80 hours a week,
right,
just in order to pay off all of the stuff that they have going on.
Right.
And they don't really have any time to enjoy life, or maybe that's their enjoyment of life.
Well,
again, everybody's different.
And I would say we can speak from experience because I feel like we've had the opportunity to, experience what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Sort of some people living like a rock star, but you're constantly reaching to
right.
get further. Nothing wrong with that if that's your enjoyment.
Right.
What Jeffrey and I, have learned in our spiritual journey is that, we actually want to get further away from that and further out on the grid. So we started with, being in the suburbs and, having the big house and the nice cars and, basically that rock star, lifestyle, if you want to say. And guess what? For us, and again, we're not making any judgment, but for us, it became so unimportant. It actually got in the way of the things that were important to us.
I think
right?
so. I think so. Yeah. So we've been there, done that. We obviously weren't the richest people on the planet, but we lived that life. We had those types living on our street. Sports superstars and CEOs and all that kind of stuff. But you're right. We actually take more pleasure.
You were one of those CEOs.
Oh, thanks. But we take more pleasure now, and we're gonna hike up this mountain here with the kids right after this video, and we're going up to look for this fox. We see her every day. We're gonna look for the fox and moose and deer,
right.
And none of this stuff costs any money.
Right.
This is we want to spend more time focused on that. So we're off on track. We're off the grid with our track. Yeah,
we're off the grid with our track. But the reason I wanted to bring that up is that if you unsubscribed and you happen to be seeing this video, if you're one of the 3 who unsubscribed and you're seeing this video and you were offended by the video on residual income, understand that we believe for us, residual income allows us to live off the grid. If it's not for you, that's okay. But for us, it allows us to live. We live in a ski resort right now with, the lockdown. Nobody's up here. It's quiet and the solitude is amazing. And, it affords us to be able to do live the lifestyle that we want to live.
Right. Well, and the residual income thing too, on our spiritual journey here, I can tell you, I'm focusing so much more on helping others.
Exactly.
And I say that, multiple times a day. As I say this, I feel like a broken record because I'm saying it to so many people in our group at OTG. We're trying to help others. And right now, with so many people unemployed, we're trying to help others find the magic of residual income so that, that's rolling in. So it's not only money so that we can maintain, but it's also we're trying to help others figure this out. That's part of my journey. I feel like I'm giving back.
Yes, you are. And I also want to say within that, we run that business like a family because we're not just interested in helping give them a residual income. We are also, have personal relationships with all these people where it's not just the money, it's the whole person. The most important thing really is the happiness and the health. And, this is just a means to financially support that if that's also a goal. So I think that's really important to add.
So now back to the topic.
The topic is
moving off the grid because we want to spend more time. We've gotten a taste of this lockdown and quiet and solitude. We actually like more solitude. I'm looking out here on the side. We have all these bird feeders out here. I'm watching all these birds come and go. Kara and I want to be somewhere else where, we are more embedded into nature and
wildlife.
It's right there.
Right.
So, we're trying to figure out how far off the grid we want to go. When I say off the grid too, I knew that was going to be a term that it's kind of, we're using it loosely. Off the grid usually means you go somewhere off the grid, there's no electricity, there's no cell service, there's no internet, you collect rainwater. We're not looking for that. When I say off the grid, I think we're both on the same page. We're talking about getting away from the masses and maybe waking up and having your coffee by a stream and you're looking at birds and animals and things like that, but you still have internet and electricity.
Right.
We travel around a lot. If you guys follow us, we pack up the Jeep, and when we're not in lockdown mode, we're driving around the country. So it's hard to find a location in this country where there's no cell service, and cell service means internet nowadays. So,
right. And we do want to be able to keep in touch with, our kids and our family and our friends, and also, continue working and writing and all of those things. So we want internet, but what we're asking people is, what is your favorite off the grid place? And nothing is off limits at this point. We happened to watch a video yesterday where this couple rented an island and it looked incredible. So nothing.
Yeah, this isn't renting the island for $100,000. They rented the island for like $120.
It was under $200. It was just insane, and they had no idea. It was a sight unseen type thing, and they were super excited. So we're looking for not just a night. We're looking to spend some time there, and nothing's off limits. We love the ocean. We love the mountains. We love lakes. We really, but most important is we want to get somewhere without traffic going by, and we want to get somewhere where there's an abundance of nature. So I said to Jeffrey this morning, I really want to be able to sit and have my coffee outside where I can see some nature. So whether I'm sitting, looking out at the ocean and I might see whales in a distance, something like that, or I'm out in the woods and I might see elk, deer, moose. Really, the world is our oyster right now.
Right.
And it's very exciting because, we can go anywhere, and we're sort of open to hearing, where everyone's thinking of pointing us, what direction.
Yeah, so if you've got little favorite spots, places maybe you've vacationed with a family, or maybe you used to go there as a kid, maybe places you've read about, anything. We're just looking. The other night we were watching some show on TV, and it wasn't really of interest to me. I was looking at all these islands, one after the other. So we're researching. We're in research mode right now. We're not in a rush. We're in a great space. Yeah. By the way, we will be able to walk not too far and be kind of out of the mix.
We'll do that today, and we did it yesterday.
Each mile we walk to either way. We're moving miles and miles away from people because there's nobody up there.
Right.
So we're in a good spot, but we're looking to move further. Living on a ski mountain, once this whole place opens up, there's a lot of activity here.
Yes.
I'm not complaining because there's some cool stuff. We'll have like a cider fest where all of these craft cider makers will come and have hard cider.
Guitar time,
Yeah.
country music. I mean, this has been a phenomenal journey and an amazing spot, and one that I think that we'll always come back to.
Yeah,
But
we won't get rid of this place. We'll have it. We'll always come back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what would you say, non-negotiables, because really everything's open. Non-negotiables, we have to have internet. It has to be a safe place. And we do have Sugar Baby, for those of you who follow us. She's actually out there playing with our daughter's dog right now. So, she's not in here like she usually is in the videos. So it has to be a place where we can enter into a country or an island without having to put her in quarantine, because she is blind and 14.
Yeah.
And those, so.
And I want to be able to bring you.
Thanks. We do everything together. Why wouldn't you bring me?
Right. No, exactly.
So we have to be able to go together. It has to be safe, internet, and somewhere we can bring our little dog Sugar Baby. And I can't think of any other
Well, the other thing is because of our lifestyle and how we eat. I really like to be able to get produce. So
right.
We have a couple beautiful spots. Like we love Turks and Caicos. I mean, some of the most beautiful beaches on the planet. But last time we were there, it was hard to get things. Oh, we don't have avocados, we don't have cilantro, whatever it was.
Right.
I mean, you can go to some of these remote places that you got beautiful blue water and white sands. Well, there's a reason. It's like a spit of sand, and there's not a big jungle back there or farms that are growing vegetables and produce. So, we spend a lot of time in Costa Rica. Tons of produce and vegetables.
Gosh. Magnificent. Fresh fruits and vegetables. So that is another.
I would add that in as much as I love some of these little tracts of sand that you go out and you spend a week on, and you can survive out there drinking cocktails out of a coconut shell.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, so that's different. That's a week in relaxation. We're talking about we can go somewhere for maybe 3 months of the year, and you need to sustain, and you need to have healthy produce.
Exactly. And I'm not sure where in the world Amazon delivers to. So as if we could get dried beans and things like that. But I think in addition to that, we do need a place that has the ability to grow some fresh fruits and vegetables.
Right. So interested in your comments. What do you guys have out there? Love to hear it.
Yeah. So we're going to go off the grid, and we want you to help us pick where to go. Yeah, I'm excited. Right. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from the nest of Copper Mountain. And please subscribe if you would. We'd love to have you on board, and get your comments on other videos, and hopefully you like them all. And it's all, as Karen started this whole thing, it's the whole rounding out of life and all the things we need to sustain out there to live, happy and healthy and have just an abundant life. So